The aroma of freshly brewed coffee filled the air, a stark contrast to the bitter confrontation brewing in a corner of the bustling cafe. Two women, worlds apart in demeanor, faced each other. One, a vision in pristine white, exuded an air of entitlement. The other, her melanin-rich skin glowing, stood with quiet dignity. The white woman, her voice dripping with disdain, berated the barista. Her words, sharp and accusing, cut through the cafe's gentle hum. The object of her ire? A misplaced order, a simple error blown out of proportion by her inflated sense of self-importance. The cafe patrons, their conversations hushed, watched the unfolding drama with a mix of curiosity and discomfort. The tension in the air was palpable, a tangible entity fueled by the white woman's escalating tirade. "This is simply unacceptable," the white woman fumed, her voice rising above the cafe's ambient noise. "I specifically ordered a non-fat latte with almond milk. And this," she spat, gesturing rudely towards the cup in her hand, "is clearly whole milk." The black barista, her name tag reading Aisha, stood her ground. Her movements were calm, measured, in stark contrast to the white woman's agitation. Her voice when she spoke was soft yet firm, a quiet strength emanating from her core. "I apologize for the error, ma'am," Aisha said, her gaze steady. "I will gladly remake your order. Would you like me to add it to your tab?" The white woman scoffed, her expression a mask of haughty indignation. "Add it to my tab? Darling, you should be offering me a refund for this utter incompetence." Aisha's calm demeanor remained unshaken, even as the white woman's voice escalated in volume and vitriol. The tension in the air was palpable, but Aisha's serene expression never wavered. She had been trained for moments like these, where maintaining composure was crucial. She maintained eye contact, her expression a picture of professional composure. Her steady gaze seemed to diffuse some of the anger directed at her, a testament to her training and experience in handling difficult customers. "As I said, ma'am, I will gladly remake your order," Aisha repeated, her voice even. She knew that staying calm and offering solutions was the best way to de-escalate the situation. "However, I am afraid a refund is not within my authority." Her tone was firm yet polite, making it clear that she was following company policy. The white woman, her face now flushed with anger, threw her hands up in exasperation. Her frustration was evident, but Aisha's calm demeanor seemed to only fuel her anger further. "This is ridiculous! Get me your manager! I want to speak to someone who actually knows how to run a business," she demanded, her voice echoing through the cafe. The other patrons began to take notice, their conversations halting as they watched the scene unfold. Aisha nodded, her composure unwavering. She had dealt with similar situations before and knew that calling the manager was the next step. "One moment, please," she said, turning to signal a colleague. Her calm and collected manner was a stark contrast to the customer's agitation. The white woman, still fuming, muttered under her breath, casting disdainful glances around the now silent cafe. Her anger was palpable, but Aisha's professionalism remained intact. A ripple of anticipation ran through the room as Aisha disappeared through a door behind the counter. The other customers watched intently, curious to see how the situation would resolve. The cafe patrons, their attention now fully captured by the unfolding drama, watched with bated breath. They knew that the arrival of the manager could either calm the storm or escalate it further. Whispers, hushed and curious, filled the cafe's air as soon as Aisha left to fetch the manager. Speculations about the white woman's reaction, about the manager's response, hung heavy in the air. "Did you see her attitude?" a young man whispered to his companion, his voice a mix of disbelief and disgust. "It's just a coffee, for heaven's sake. Some people just love to throw their weight around," his friend replied, shaking her head. "I feel bad for the barista. She handled it so well." Their conversation, like many others springing up around the cafe, revolved around the same sentiment. The white woman's behavior was unacceptable. Aisha's grace under pressure was remarkable. Section 5. The Introduction. Moments later, the door behind the counter swung open again, catching everyone's attention. The soft chime of the bell above the door echoed through the room, but instead of Aisha, a tall, elegant black woman emerged, her presence commanding instant attention. She moved with a grace that seemed almost regal, her every step deliberate and poised. Her stride was confident, her eyes sharp and intelligent, taking in the scene before her. It was clear she was someone who was used to being in control, someone who knew exactly what she wanted and how to get it. A collective gasp swept through the cafe as the woman, her lips curved into a polite smile, approached the disgruntled customer. The air seemed to thicken with anticipation, every eye in the room following her every move. Her voice, when she spoke, was smooth as silk, laced with an unmistakable air of authority. It was the kind of voice that demanded respect and attention, leaving no room for doubt or hesitation. "Good morning," she said, her gaze settling on the white woman. Her eyes held a calm assurance, a quiet strength that was impossible to ignore. "I understand there's an issue with your order?" Her tone was polite but firm, leaving no doubt that she was there to resolve the situation. "I'm Miss Johnson, the new owner of this establishment." The introduction was simple, yet it carried weight, a clear indication of her authority and responsibility. "How may I assist you?" Her question was direct, her demeanor professional, as she prepared to address the customer's concerns. The white woman, her face still flushed from her earlier tirade, stammered, her words catching in her throat. The sudden shift in dynamics had clearly thrown her off balance. The confidence she had displayed moments ago seemed to evaporate, replaced by a deer-in-the-headlights look of utter bewilderment. It was as if the presence of Miss Johnson had stripped away her bravado, leaving her exposed and uncertain. Section 6. Shifting Sands. The white woman's face, previously contorted in a mask of anger, now paled considerably. Her eyes widened, darting between the composed Miss Johnson and the cup of coffee clutched in her hand. Miss Johnson," she stammered, her voice barely a whisper. The arrogant confidence she had exuded moments earlier vanished, replaced by a flicker of something akin to fear. Miss Johnson's smile didn't falter, but her eyes, sharp and observant, seemed to pierce through the white woman's facade. "Yes," she said calmly, her voice betraying no hint of emotion. "How may I be of service?" The cafe, once abuzz with hushed whispers, fell silent. Every eye was glued to the unfolding scene, the tension in the air thicker than ever before. Section 7. A Lesson in Humility. The white woman, her face now a mixture of shock and embarrassment, mumbled an incoherent apology. Her earlier confidence had vanished, replaced by a sense of vulnerability that was almost palpable. She had come in with a sense of entitlement, expecting the world to bend to her whims, but now she stood exposed, her true self laid bare for all to see. The words stumbled out, a stark contrast to her earlier vitriol. Each syllable was a struggle, as if she were choking on her own pride. It was a humbling moment, one that would linger in her memory for a long time. "It seems there's been a misunderstanding," Miss Johnson said, her tone firm yet polite. She maintained her composure, a beacon of professionalism amidst the chaos. Her calm demeanor only highlighted the other woman's discomfort. "I assure you, our staff is trained to provide excellent service." Miss Johnson's words were a gentle reminder that respect and kindness go a long way. The staff, who had been watching the scene unfold, felt a renewed sense of pride in their work. "We'll be happy to remake your order." The offer was extended with genuine warmth, a testament to the cafe's commitment to customer satisfaction. It was a small gesture, but one that spoke volumes about their values. "Please have a seat and we'll bring it right over." The invitation was a lifeline, a way for the woman to retreat and collect herself. It was an act of grace. Amusement and satisfaction at the turn of events. The patrons exchanged knowing glances, their whispers a collective acknowledgement of the justice that had been served. The air, previously heavy with tension, now crackled with a palpable sense of justice served. The atmosphere had shifted, the cafe returning to its usual hum of activity, but with an added layer of respect and understanding. Section 8. the weight of karma. As Aisha returned with a freshly made latte, her eyes met Miss Johnson's in a silent exchange of understanding. A small, knowing smile played on Aisha's lips as she placed the drink on the white woman's table, the latter's gaze fixed firmly on the tabletop. The white woman, her face still flushed with shame, mumbled another apology, her earlier arrogance replaced by a newfound humility. She sipped her coffee, her gaze downcast, the weight of her actions heavy upon her. The incident at the cafe became a silent lesson, witnessed by all. It served as a stark reminder that respect and kindness are universal languages and that karma, in its own time, has a way of balancing the scales. Section 9. Respect the universal language. The coffee shop, once a stage for a display of prejudice and entitlement, became a testament to the power of grace and dignity. The aroma of freshly brewed coffee, now mingled with a sense of quiet vindication, filled the air. Miss Johnson's arrival, her quiet authority, and the white woman's subsequent humbling served as a potent reminder. Respect is not earned through wealth or social standing, but through our actions and how we treat our fellow human beings. The cafe, its patrons now engaged in hushed conversations, slowly returned to its usual rhythm. The incident, however, lingered in the air, a silent reminder that karma has a way of delivering its own brand of justice, often served with a side of poetic irony.